Alright, so today I was at Walmart and I found their clearance arrows. And these are Easton Black Max 340 spines. I've been shooting Easton Sonics, which are running about $13 a piece, bare shaft. And then I'm fletching with my AE hybrids and putting 75 grain knock or end inserts in where they are a little better FOC. But I seen these laying there and I was like, I ain't shot the Walmart special since I was a little kid. So I just buy a couple. They're on clearance now for like $6 a piece versus $9, and $6 is a whole lot better than about 14 to 15 altogether. So I took them home and we're about to do some testing here in a second. I've been working on them. We took and cut all the fletchings off and refletched with the AE. It's AE hybrids instead of these. Just those are good fletchings. I've used them for a long time. I can't even remember the brand. Blazers. Yeah, I took the nocks off, so that is just a gold tip knock because I like it better than the nocks that come on the cheap Walmart versions. I took the insert out, cut the insert in, re-squared it, cut the knock in and re-squared it, and we're about to take them and test them at long range here in a second. I figure we'll shoot them out to 100, but just thought that'd be a fun little project to try, and we're going to test and see how these shoot in comparison to my expensive arrows. Alright, so we got the arrows fletched up. We're going to start at 40 yards. Yeah, we're at 40. I'm going to start out on these by aiming a 5-yard difference because I figure as much lighter of inserts as they are, I usually average about 5 yards difference. I think 40 yards is a very average range to shoot a deer. We got a red solo cup set up there. We're gonna see what kind of group we can shoot. Alright, so there's one of our Walmart specials. Here goes number 2. I think I've hit this side against something because I've hit pretty far to the right. There's 2. So let's switch to our Easton Sonics. There's one Easton Sonic. Let's go for number 2, see how it hits, then we'll go check that grouping. There we go, let's go check that out. Then we're gonna back up. Alright, so there's our 40-yard group. We're aiming for the cup. It's not the greatest group in the world, but decent. These are 2 Walmart arrows. And you can see they're not too terribly far apart. That's the 2 Eastons, they're a little bit lower. But overall a decent group. We're gonna back out to probably about 80 and see what they do at distance. Alright, so now we're gonna be at, it's 80 something. Right at the 80 even. We're gonna see how these hit. We're gonna start out with the 2 we just fletched up. Let's turn this sight. It's 80 even, so we're gonna set it on 75. We could hit a little lower. High. Got our footing good. There was 1. Here comes number 2. There was 2. I think I pulled that one. So now go to these Easton Sonics and see how they shoot. was one. Here comes number two, and then we'll go check her out. See what happened. There was two. Let's go check out that target. All right, so there's our 80-yard group. We're aiming at the cup. These two definitely were better left to right, but they're heavier and we're shooting a little bit of wind. So I think these are just drifting that much more, because if you look, the Easton Sonics are these two, straight up and down from each other. And the Easton Black Max are these two, straight up and down from each other on those two. So I think we could just be drifting that much, because it's not very windy, but just enough to notice. But we're gonna back it out even farther. We're probably gonna shoot these things at 100 and something. We don't know yet. We're gonna figure it out and try and figure out our sight. Here we go. All right, so we're at 120 with the first two. Since there's a 5-yard offset versus switching, trying to readjust my pin on these next two, we'll back up to 125. But Easton Sonics, approximately 120 yard. Don't know where this is gonna hit. Hopefully about where I want. I'm gonna aim at the bottom of the cup. Have it set up a little bit different. Let's see what we do. So we did get hay bale. We're gonna shoot one more and then go. I'm gonna examine where those shot, but y'all won't see that yet. And then back up to 125. I wanna make sure my sight is close before I move to 125. All right. I seen where that one hit. So we're just gonna back up on camera right here and not worry about checking. All right, so we're right at 126. Let's see how this goes. We still got a little bit of wind, so I'm gonna hold just a hair off for wind. I'd say we're gonna hold 4 inches, 4 to 5 inches off for wind. See where that gets us, which how good I group at 120, it probably won't make no difference. That actually hit pretty stinking close. We're gonna hold just a hair more for wind. I'm gonna hold almost at the deer's head this time for wind. See how close that gets us. I held for wind even more that time. And that arrow hit exactly where I was holding, left to right. Man. Let's go check her out though. All right, so not the greatest 120-yard grouping. That's the first Easton. I feel like that one was a clean release. That's the second one. I pulled that one. I knew right when it released. This is the one that I said hit right where I was holding. That's the one that drifted how I was expecting it to. But I guess the wind paused or something for this one, and I still adjusted. But we're gonna back up there and try her again. We're probably just gonna shoot the other ones at 125 too and just hold over. I figure if I hold at the top of the hay bale, that ought to be about a 5-yard difference. So if I can ever get that sun not on the screen, we're gonna back all the way back up. Man, it's a lot of walking. And go try her again. All right, second attempt, 125-yard shot. The wind has died off for a second. If the wind picks back up, I'll hold over. If not, we're gonna hold dead on. Just see what happens. I'm not sure if I didn't just hit the cup. I'm not positive on that though. It might have just been the target, but I hit something that made a loud pop noise. Let's try attempt 2 here. Oh, I hit. I'd say 5 inches over the cup. So for these two, we're gonna have to hold up. Let's see if we can adjust this sight just a hair. We're gonna bump it down to right there. Should be close to 5 yards difference. Test her out. There goes the wind. All right, so we hit the 3D target somewhere. Let's see if I can spot that in my rangefinder. So we hit about 5 inches, or probably 4 inches to the left, about 8 inches low, I'm assuming. So we're gonna hold high this time and see where this one hits, because I did not adjust my sight enough. Oh man, that was close. Let's go check those out. Those ones are a lot better. All right, so that one hit all the way up here that we heard hit something plastic. That was not the cup. Then we have these two, and the one I said hit low and I adjusted from. So these are the two eastern axes, and that's the others. We got some shotgun shells. Let's see if we can shoot some shotgun shells off of this target. Stick that one in right there. And then we're gonna stick one right here. We'll make a little Vegas style triangle with shotgun shells and see if we can hit them. All right, let's go 20 yards. All right, so I'm at 20 yards. What's gonna make this so much more difficult is I cannot even see them shotgun shells. So it might take a second. I'm trying to get my arrows in my pocket here. We want to start out with the two ones we're sighted in with. So we'll have 2 arrows that are actually, hopefully, sighted into this bow. And we're gonna have 2 that are very much so not. But let's see what we can do here. That was just low left. Just that, just a hair. We're gonna go for the top one with this one. Man, I can just barely see them. That's if I look hard. Where did it go? So I can't even see that shotgun shell to tell you if it hit it or not. Here goes the other one. We're gonna aim just under it because this should be hitting at 25 instead of 20. All right, let's go look at those. All right, so we were pretty stinking close on all of them. I mean, they all hit nearly the exact same spot on the shotgun shell. Besides that one, it hit high, but I'm just off to the left a little bit on all of them. That one was just low, just low, just to the left. So all you can do now is back up to 20 yards again, try it again. I'm gonna put them in these white spots to where I can actually see them. All right, so this is our final attempt. We're starting to get a little shaky because we've done a decent amount of shooting. But we're gonna start for the highest one, work our way down. We got a little bit of wind too. Alright, so we just missed that one over top of it. Just high to the left a little. We're missing left awful bad. Let's shoot this one here. Perfect up and down, just left. And final 2 arrows. Getting tired. Alright, so that hit exactly where I was aiming for aiming low. So we're just gonna aim right at the rim of that shell. Right at the bottom rim. And we pulled that one. Well, that's the day. Let's go look at these and we're gonna call her good. Nothing too impressive. My OCD is probably gonna keep me out here shooting for a while after I'm done videoing. But hope you all enjoyed. Please come back for next time. That was our final group.